Imagine walking into a running store and the shopkeeper opens a box to reveal a shoe that exudes a remarkable sense of calm. This shoe is the Gel Nimbus 27, embodying what you might be looking for to enjoy slow and pleasant runs. But to truly understand it, let's start with the specs, knowing that it's not just the usual technological marvel. Perhaps it's something more. We're talking about a shoe that weighs 305 grams in a men's US size 9 and 265 grams in the women's version. The stack height is 43.5 millimeters, which has increased by 2 millimeters compared to the previous version, and 35.5 millimeters in the forefoot for the women's version. The drop remains exactly the same, but the ground contact height is 1 millimeter less. Here are the 10 things I liked about this shoe, the 2 things I would have changed, and most importantly, I'll tell you who this shoe is suitable for in this review. Full disclosure, this shoe was provided to me by ASICS for review purposes. It launches today in many European markets, though it has already been available in international markets. I've run over 120 kilometers in these shoes over the past few days, during which I've been slowly recovering from an injury that's been with me for several months. Now back to the review. Let's start with the upper, which has been updated compared to the previous model. The engineered knit material from before has now been replaced with engineered mesh. While some found the previous knit material to be quite warm during the summer, this new mesh upper is noticeably more breathable. Of course, it's January, and with my trusty Chinese and German thermometers showing 9 degrees Celsius, it's not easy to evaluate summer performance. That said, the upper's thickness has been reduced, so it will keep your feet warm enough in winter and perform better in the heat compared to its predecessor. It's also worth noting that this engineered mesh is well structured with excellent external support that, in my opinion, adapts well to a variety of foot shapes. Though, as always, I recommend trying it in store to ensure the best fit. From my experience, it's safe to stick with the same size you'd use for other ASICS shoes or even other brands. I also didn't experience any issues with blisters during my testing days, which is definitely a plus. The tongue remains unchanged in this version. It's still knitted, gusseted, and very stretchy. One thing that stands out is how it stays perfectly in place, no matter how you lace the shoe. It also uses the same ribbon system as before, which may or may not have been a winning feature in the previous model. However, one change has been made to the heel collar. The printed text that for some runners caused irritation in the heel area has been removed. Now, slipping your foot into the shoe is incredibly easy, even if that previous detail wasn't necessarily a deal breaker. For evening runners, it's worth mentioning the reflective element on the collar, known as the knit rib. While it may seem like a minor detail, it provides extra safety during those winter night runs. The lacing system has been slightly updated. The corrugated laces remain the same, perfectly standard in length and very easy to tie. However, the loops from the previous model have been replaced with a new setup. The result? You can adjust the laces to your preference and still get a secure fit. Keep in mind, though, that this shoe is designed for easy-paced runs, so a looser fit might actually enhance the comfort. There are 3 key considerations regarding the midsole. The shoe uses Flight Foam Blast Eco Plus, an eco-friendly foam that offers a 20 to 25% reduction in environmental impact compared to traditional materials. This foam is slightly softer, less dense, and more comfortable than its predecessor. Despite the stack height being 2 millimeters higher than the previous model, the weight remains the same, just 1 gram heavier in the men's version and 3 grams heavier in the women's. In summary, this midsole is softer, lighter, and designed for maximum comfort, especially at slower paces. I tested it at a pace of 10 minutes per kilometer, and found it to deliver an excellent running experience. This shoe truly shines when used for slower, relaxed runs. The placement of the PureGel in the heel remains unchanged. While some might see it as merely an aesthetic addition, I believe it offers solid support, particularly for heel strikers. This feature can extend the shoe's lifespan, making it ideal for amateur runners who typically run 3-4 times a week. Speaking of the heel, there are 2 things worth noting. First, ASICS has added branding on the back of the shoe. However, when comparing it to the previous model, the stack height does not appear to be higher. What stands out is the incredibly soft heel collar. It's not just a comfortable fit, it's a full-on living room for your heel. On the exterior, the heel counter provides excellent support, offering a solid balance of stability, particularly for runners with a more pronounced foot strike. The insole remains unchanged and still features the TA101 marking, as seen in the previous model. It's soft, breathable, and does a good job at ensuring comfort. For those who require custom orthotics to address overpronation or other issues, this insole can be swapped out without much trouble. That said, keep in mind that the shoe weighs 305 grams in the men's version, and replacing the insole with custom orthotics could push the weight closer to 330, 340 grams. This might make the shoe feel a bit heavy for some runners. In terms of stability, based on sensor data and my own running experience, the shoe remains neutral and stable, making it ideal for runners with a neutral stride. I wouldn't recommend it for amateur overpronators who might find the Gel Cayano 31 a better option. While the stack height has increased, it doesn't significantly impact the running mechanics of a neutral-footed amateur runner. On a lighter note, it would bring stability to my reviews if you click that subscribe button. Each click allows me to produce more in-depth content of exceptional quality. One aspect that has changed, but perhaps not improved, is the new outsole design featuring ASICS grip. While the previous model had small lugs that tended to slip slightly in wet conditions, this version introduces psychedelic structures in the tread. However, these might still present similar issues in the rain. On the positive side, the outsole is built to last, though excessive foot dragging, especially when fatigued after an intense workout, could wear out the rear portion faster. Despite this, the overall durability of the shoe remains commendable. Regarding the outsole, it's worth noting that the amount of durable rubber is somewhat limited in thickness, particularly in certain areas. However, the familiar groove in the midfoot adds extra stability to the forefoot during runs. The outsole combines rubber with exposed foam, which, in my opinion, shouldn't cause any issues in the front area. That said, if you tend to drag your feet, particularly in the rear section, the limited rubber thickness might result in faster wear in those areas. Before diving into the aspects that could be improved, I believe the overall durability of the shoe is commendable. It should last at least as long as the previous model, approximately 700-800 kilometers, though this will ultimately depend on your running style. ASICS has incorporated premium materials in the Gel Nimbus 27, ensuring consistent performance and longevity for runners who clock in miles regularly. This shoe is ideally suited for beginner runners, especially those with a neutral stride, even weighing up to 90 kilograms or slightly more, as it can comfortably support them without any issues. It's also a great choice for more experienced runners who want a shoe to use between intense training sessions. The Gel Nimbus 27 provides a regenerating fit and a cushioning system that helps save your legs, giving you a competitive edge for your next intense workout. Interestingly, it's also well suited for walkers. Thanks to its soft heel cushioning, it's incredibly comfortable and supportive, making it an excellent option for long walks of 10-15 kilometers. Whether you're running or walking, this shoe delivers comfort and durability for a variety of activities. In terms of distances, the ASICS Gel Nimbus 27 is ideal for runs ranging from 10 kilometers to half marathons. It's particularly enjoyable for runs lasting up to 2 to 2.5 hours. Beyond that, its slightly heavier weight might make it less suitable for longer runs of 3-4 hours where lighter options could be more comfortable. When it comes to pacing, this shoe performs best at 7 minutes to 4:30 per kilometer. While it's possible to push faster, there are better suited options for high-speed training or racing. Two aspects that might be drawbacks for some. 1. Weight. At over 300 grams, it exceeds the mental threshold for many runners looking for lighter shoes. 2. Versatility. While it excels in protection and comfort, it's less suitable for faster paces or more dynamic training sessions. That said, the exceptional protection this shoe offers makes it a standout choice for those prioritizing comfort and support. In conclusion, the ASICS Gel Nimbus 27 stands out as one of the best offerings from the Japanese brand. It's a versatile shoe suitable for both experienced runners and beginners, even those carrying extra weight who want to start running with a premium experience that helps them improve quickly. The Nimbus 27 is not just ideal for winter running, but also performs well in summer conditions, thanks to its updated breathable upper. If you're looking to save a bit, the previous model might still be a good choice. However, this new version provides an exceptional level of comfort and performance that makes every run enjoyable. So stay strong, keep running, and I'll see you next time. Meanwhile, I'm off for a coffee. Cheers!